Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. So for today's video, we will be doing a quick little unboxing from Born Pretty. They did go ahead and let me choose a few products to review for you guys. So these are the products I chose. I chose this Aurora 3D painting gel. It kind of looked weird in here, but it actually is like a gel product, so you kind of just have to figure it out, I guess. I don't really know how to explain it. It was hard for me to kind of figure that out. And I did go ahead and choose two of these non-stick molding type of gels. I did get a clear one because that one that I had from 𝐵𝑒𝑑𝑖𝐸, I believe it was just not really working how I would have wanted it to. And this one works perfectly. It may be a little bit stringy, but it does not stick to my skin like the other one did. So I absolutely love that. And then this one I had to have. It's like a very beautiful pink one with some glitter in it, and it's just very beautiful. And this is the one that I did use for today's video. So like I said, you can see it's kind of stringy there, but it does not stick to my skin, which I absolutely love. And this nice product here is just a simple gel polish. It's very beautiful. It's kind of like a peachy champagne-ish type of color, I guess you would describe it. And it is glittery as well. I absolutely love that. And then lastly, I did go ahead and choose their top coat. This is like a size 15 ml bottle. It is pretty huge, but the consistency is very nice and the shine is very nice as well, which I did use in today's video, so you will see that later on. And then here's just a quick little recap of everything that I did choose from Born Pretty. And then here are the swatches of that gel polish and that painting gel. As you see, that painting gel is kind of thick and gritty looking. I still have to figure out how to use it, so once I do, I probably will make another video using that to show you how to properly use it. So I am doing a quick little set of press-ons for today's video. So I do have my medium square tips from 𝐵𝑒𝑑𝑖𝐸, and I am just gently buffing off the surface of the nail to remove that shine. So for today's acrylic, I will be using this new color I did purchase from BombNailz. It's called Bubble Bath Nude. It's a very beautiful pink nude nude acrylic powder. So I was very excited to use it, and I decided to use it for today's set. So I will be using that same acrylic powder on all of the nails. Here I just took a medium-sized bead of acrylic and placed it kind of in the middle part, portion of the nail. And then I started blending it out towards the cuticle area, that way it's not so thick. And then I started blending it down towards the free edge as well, just to build up a little bit of opacity for it. When doing acrylic press-ons, you don't want to apply too much acrylic on the nail because you don't want it to be super bulky. And also, if you apply too much towards the cuticle area, it does cause shrinkage. But luckily for me, I've never had any problems of anyone complaining about them shrinking or anything like that. Everybody always says they fit perfectly, so I'm very proud for that. So like I said, just don't apply too much right at the cuticle area. So as you can see here, I applied it I don't know how to measure the distance, but right below the cuticle area, and then I start blending it up very gently towards that area, so that way it's nice and thin in that area. And then I start blending it down towards the free edge. And then when I go with my second bead, I do the same exact thing, but this bead here just helps build up the opacity, like I said, to make it less sheer. So I will go ahead and just let you guys watch the rest of the application play out. It's very simple, and then I will come back in once it's time to shape and file these nails. So these are what the nails are looking like after the acrylic application's been nicely done. So I will be using this fine grit sanding band from Nails and Blinks, and I will be filing the entire surface of the nail. So how I like to file my press-ons is I like to start at the free edge and kind of work my way towards the cuticle area, and then I like to start filing it vertically so that way it's going down the nail. And then I kind of flip it over and file the cuticle area so that way I can make it nice and thin, like I said, because you want that area to be nicely thin so that way it's not too bulky when your customer or your client applies them to their nails. And then for reference, I do have my drill at the speed of 9,000 RPMs when doing any type of finish filing using my e-file. Next, I'm going in with my hand file and shaping up the sidewalls, mainly just making sure everything is nice and straight and also getting underneath the nail to get any acrylic that might have spilled over when doing the application. And then I do flip the nail over and file the free edge just to make it more nice and straight. And then lastly, I'm just taking my mini buffer and buffing over the surface because we will be doing just a very little bit of nail art, so I do want the surface to be smooth just for that. Then here I'm just taking a lint-free wipe and some alcohol to clean up all that dust and get it prepped for our nail art. And like I said, our nail art's going to be pretty simple. If you've seen the thumbnail, you will understand that. So like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I will be using this non-stick gel from Born Pretty. It's that very beautiful pink one with that glittery type of glitter in it. And then I am also recently a brand ambassador for the brand Rich Off Nails. So I will be using the white gel polish that she did send me in my package. So using that white gel polish, I will be doing French tips on the thumbnail, middle nail, and the pinky nail. So how I do my French tips, that I like, the new technique I just recently started doing for my French tips is the A method, I believe it's called. So I do a line across about how far I want the French tip to be, and then I do two kind of like diagonal-ish type of lines, kind of connecting to that line I drew in the first place. And then I start curving it to kind of create that smile line. I know I'm not really the best at explaining it, so like I mentioned in all my videos, just by watching it, I hope you understand it. And then after I get the smile line nicely down how I want it to be, I do just take the gel polish and start infilling the tip of that French tip area, and then I do wipe the sidewalls before curing, and then when I do put in the light, I do cure for only 30 seconds. So like I said, I will be doing French tips on the middle nail and the pinky nail as well. And just kind of a quick review on this gel polish. I do love like the pigmentation of it. It is very, very nice and pigmented. But the one thing I don't really like is how like thin it is, if that makes sense. Like it's kind of more like a watery type of consistency, if that makes sense at all. So it does kind of leave streaks behind when I am doing the French tip, which you can kind of see towards the end of the video. You can see all those streaks in that French tip area, but overall, like I said, the pigmentation is great and the price point for her products are very nice. So I will leave the link down below to her website along with my coupon code that you guys can use. And I don't know exactly how much it saves you, but you can also use it. I don't receive any type of commission or anything like that from purchases made with that code. So I did do the French tip for the pinky nail off camera because I was kind of having issues with it. And then here I'm just taking a decent size of that gel product out of that like little container, and I'm just rolling it out into like this like snake looking thing, I guess you'd say. Not really a snake, but you know, just rolling it out. And I am using a cuticle pusher to kind of cut out some smaller size and roll it into a ball, and this will mark our petals for the flowers. So I am doing 2 flower petals in the corner of each nail. So I'm doing 2 petals here on the left corner of this nail. And then I am taking my silicone tool and sculpting out the petal shape. And then I do flip the nail over and do 2 more petals on the upper right area of that cuticle area. And then once I am done sculpting out the petals for this nail, I do go ahead and cure for 30 seconds while I move on and do the same exact thing on the ring finger, but I am doing the petals on the opposite side of that nail. So now that we have pretty much everything done, I do want to add just a little bit of final touches. So I am taking these little rhinestones and applying that in the center of the flowers using my MEKK rhinestone glue. So I am just taking the part where I can just squeeze it into the center here and applying a tiny amount of that, and then I am putting those gems in the center of that and then flash curing with my little LED flashlight that I do have. And again, I will be doing the same exact thing to that ring finger. So I could have left the design like that, but I feel like the rest of the nails were too plain, so I am just adding a tiny rhinestone into the cuticle area of those nails that do have the French tip. So again, just taking my MEKK rhinestone nail glue and applying a tiny amount near the cuticle area, and then I am applying the rhinestone on top of that and using my little flash cure lamp to flash cure that. And then after I am done applying the rhinestone on that pinky nail, I do go ahead and cure in the light for a full 30 seconds just to make sure everything is nicely cured. And this is what the entire set is looking like once everything is completely done. So again, I will be using the Born Pretty top coat for this set just so you guys can kind of see how nice that is. Like I said, the consistency is nice of this top coat and the shine of it is just so beautiful as well. I will have the products linked down below that I did receive from Born Pretty. That way, if you're interested, you can go ahead and purchase them if you're wanting to. But after I am done top coating all of the nails, I do go ahead and cure in the light for a full 60 seconds. That is pretty much the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!